Okay, welcome to episode 3 of the Talking Back Sunday podcast.
Never gets old.
It's
We're
funny
back.
every time.
Yeah.
I can't wait till it gets old, and then we change the name.
Yeah.
I'm still embarrassed. But we've had a hell of a week. We got a tropical storm coming to Long Island. That's cool.
Yeah, there was in North Carolina last night, the rain was insane. Like, I actually spent some time last night just standing outside and watching it, because it was like in a Forrest Gump, when Forrest is like he's writing all those letters to Ginny, and he's talking about the rain when he was away at war. He's like, it came sideways and it was coming up from the ground. Anyways, that's what it looked like out my garage door. Like, it looked like it was coming sideways and down, but nothing too bad, so that was nice.
Yo, did you just hear that?
What?
No.
You guys hearing that?
What is it?
It's rain. It's hard rain.
Yeah, I got some rain over here.
It's probably also coming sideways.
It
And
got
up
nuts
from the
last
ground.
night at 10. Did you hear that stuff, Marky?
What?
The tree in front of my house was like blowing sideways. It was nuts. It got crazy for 30 minutes, and then
Oh,
it
really?
stopped. 10 to
I did not.
10:30, everything went nuts, heavy downpour, and then it just went away.
Ah.
I don't know. But enough about the weather.
No, that's just so interesting. We're really
Yeah.
Keep it going.
people's mind will be blown if they're watching this right now.
Adam, Mark, you did Eric Valentine's podcast talking about Make Damn Sure and the Making of Louder Now.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome. It was super fun to watch.
Cool.
Love Eric.
Yeah, I love spending time with Eric. Like, he's one of he's just the best at what he does, you know. And he's also just a really fun guy. I haven't had a chance to watch the episode yet, though. So hopefully soon I can go through. The thing I love so much about what he's doing on YouTube is, like, he's really dissecting what's going on, like what he did with these songs, you know. And like, I think I looked, because I saved the video on my YouTube, and it's like 3 hours long. And it just made me so excited, because I'm like, oh, now I can see how exactly he got that kick drum sound that we spent 4 days on.
I love that your brain works that way, because I got like 20 minutes into him talking about stuff in compressors, and I was like, man, I really want to know, but this is like a foreign language to me. I can't keep up.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it so much. Like, I'll like go back with like a notebook just so I can be like, okay, how can I get that same sound?
Yeah, I want to care about that stuff, but I don't. So
It's
Yeah.
I
It's
think
funny,
it's
like
so much fun.
the certain things that you want to do really well, but you know that you don't
yeah, just don't
really
have.
care enough to put the time in.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why-
yeah, like karate. Like, I want to be really good at karate, but I'm just not gonna do that.
Skateboarding. I really wanted to be a good skateboarder, and I just didn't want to put in the time. And even if I did put in the time of skating, I would still suck. I just didn't have it in me.
I've been half-assing learning Spanish since 2018 on an app on my phone, and I can get in about 10 minutes a week. I think that's what I'm good for. So I'm still like a first grader.
Wait, so are you
Yeah.
doing like the Duolingo, or?
Yeah. It's just free, and I do it when I think of it, and then I forget about it, and I don't want to watch cartoons instead.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on in the amazing world of Gumball again.
Yeah, I should do this, but So yeah, but we'll put links there in the comments to Eric Valentine's podcast. Everyone should check that out.
Yeah, he's a real solid guy. It's really interesting too, because he's moving, or he's to Vermont from Los Angeles, and then he's. I can't wait to see the place that he's building now, because I think it's going to be. I just think it's going to be incredible. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, that guy does not half-ass anything. So
No, he does not.
that's rad. But I wanted to talk about Spotify. It's been in the news this week.
Cool.
So let me can I read you guys the quote from Daniel
Please
Ek,
do.
the Spotify CEO? He said, "There's a narrative fallacy here, combined with the fact that obviously some artists that used to do well in the past may not do well in the future landscape, where you can't record music once every 3 or 4 years and think that that's going to be enough. The artists of today that are making it realize that it's about creating continuous engagement with their fans. It is about putting the work in, about storytelling around the album, and about keeping a continuous dialogue with your fans." So at first I heard that, I go, what's he saying? What?
Yeah, when
This timing? Oh.
when I first heard that, I was so mad because I was like, because it's kind of like this realization of like, okay, this guy isn't looking at, like, he's not looking at music as an art form. Like, he's not looking at it like that. He's looking at it as like a strictly product.
Like a product.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like, what he's also talking about is quantity over quality. And that just made me really upset because clearly he has no idea what goes into making a record or even like what you kind of like go through when you're trying to make something that means something to you. Anyway, Sean, you had a great point that actually changed my mind about what he said.
Well, I think you were spot on about the whole product thing, but I like to think about it like, what can we use from what he's saying? What can we learn from this? How can we do better? We may not agree with everything he said. And I think Spotify is a good tool. We put out a playlist last week. We get people to explore different music that we're listening to very easily and stuff. I think the royalties need to get better for artists. Even he brings up Taylor Swift and how she's doing great with the medium. I think she should be paid more. She's driving people to the medium, and it's fantastic. And she puts out great content. But so I like to think, so he says continuous engagement. Well, this is what we're doing here. This podcast is a form of continuous engagement with the people that listen to us. We do meet and greets at shows. We tour continuously through the year every time we put out. So we do have that going for us. And that's something we have tried to get even better at, to interact with the people that like our band and let them know we're not going away. We've been around 20 years. We're not going around. We're not leaving anytime soon. So I like taking that and say, okay, what can we do with it? So it's an interesting thing. But I think Spotify is a great service. I think we can do better. I like supporting artists. Like I said, Taylor Swift, she's got all the money in the world, but I buy her merch. I got a doormat on my house that says, "I hope you like Taylor Swift." You know?
Wait. Taylor Swift makes doormats?
Yeah. Andy, our wonderful
I'm
tour
gonna
manager,
call
I both
Jillian
bought them
once
at
we're
the same
done with
time.
this. I would
Dude.
be like, yo, Jillian, we got to look into doormats.
Yes.
Good idea.
Honestly, that's a great idea. We should definitely do that.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm so in. But yeah, it's so awesome. Like you
let
walk
us
into
know
my
in
house,
the
it's the first
comments
time you
if you-
think.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Or like, I was just gonna say, let us know in the comments if you'd like a Taking Back Sunday doormat, because we can get to work on that.
But yeah, I'm pumped. I love it. And yeah, like if you don't like Taylor Swift, you're not allowed in my house. You know that right away. I mean, even without the pandemic.
What if you only like the hits? You know what I mean? I'm only like,
That's cool.
I only like the hits. You know, I've been in your house.
That's cool. Okay. You like her. You like her. You like her. You like the hits.
I like the hits. Yeah.
Man, did you guys watch that? There's that documentary that was on Netflix. It's like Miss Americana or something.
I did. I saw some of that.
I thought that was so interesting. One, it was crazy to see Jack in it, and then but I just thought it was really interesting because the times when she was in the studio writing, I was like, man, I relate to that 100%. And then I kind of stood back for myself, and I was like, well, there's something Taylor Swift and I have in common. There we go.
Yeah, that's huge. But it's so cool to see her producer Jack Antonoff and her go and bounce ideas off each other just like we do. Like it's such a simple process, and they just happen to be outstanding at it, and the world is taking notice. It's very cool.
Yeah, agreed. There's going back to the Spotify thing. Like I think that also you can tell that guy, their CEO, like I don't think he has experience putting something into the world, like not for profit.
Yeah.
And so then I think too, like at like a certain level, like I don't think what he was saying was malicious, especially after your take on it, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think it was malicious. I just think it was like serving to his purpose and the purpose of his company, which is just like any capitalist anything, which is make a lot of money, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And like with us, we put so much time and effort into every little sound, just like we were talking about with Eric. Like every snare hit is examined. Oh, you hit that too hard. Do it again, Mark. And like sometimes we're all in the room talking about how that snare sounds on this 5-second piece of music within this song. So it's hyper analyzed. The songs are written over years. Life needs to be lived to write music too. So you need the time in between before you can produce anything. And we love playing the songs. We love playing the albums. Like when we released the Tidal Wave record in 2016, we played all of those songs front to back because we were so proud of the album as a whole. And that took time to make.
Yeah, dude, that tour was one of my favorite tours for the reason of just because when like there was all this kind of nervousness upon going on stage, you know, because we're about to play this record that no one really knows front to back, you know, and that we were so proud of, you know, and that was like I really enjoyed that. Good job, guys.
Yeah. The first time we played it was at the Metro in Chicago, and I've never been more nervous before a show. I was like literally shaking.
Yeah, same here, because that was the day the record came out too.
Yeah.
So like literally no one had heard it yet.
Yeah.
Well, and there's a thing with that too, that a lot of the songs people know so well. You have a crowd sing along. You have a lot of like crowd noise and enthusiasm, and then with Tidal Wave, it's just people standing there listening, which is awesome. But it's very different than what we usually do. It's usually not that kind of energy of someone kind of just sitting there politely paying attention and just taking it all in. So that was like an interesting challenge to me.
Well, it's also scary because we're like, are we going to bore them? Are they going to leave? Are they all going to go to the bar till we start playing the hits? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. There's I think like going to show, like I remember when I was younger, you know, just wanting to like getting to the show and just wanting to be like in the crowd and like, you know, like right in the middle and like getting pushed around and all hot and sweaty and singing along and all that. And then, but I think like now I appreciate more just being able to watch like people do their thing, you know, and then and that was, and I feel like we were more in line with that on that tour.
Yeah, for sure.
But man, I stayed up real late on a FaceTime with Mike Pepe last night, and we were talking about, because he just got done doing this record, and or it's just funny because you mentioned the thing about the snare drum, and he was like we probably talked for an hour about just the perfect bass tone. It was so nerdy and so great.
It's awesome to have that. We haven't been able to work. We haven't been able to get in a studio, so we haven't had that in so long. And that stuff is fun.
Yeah, it really is.
Should we get to some questions?
Yeah. Open the mailbag.
All right, in the mailbag. I have the mailbag right here.
John, that was funny, man.
Thanks, bro.
The email bag.
The immediate picture that I got was just Sean walking around his house with a giant sack.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me get it pretty big.
Yeah.
Got to open it up.
All right, first magic question is from Marky, from John P. Hey guys, love watching the podcast. LOL. Can Mark talk about hip hop for a few minutes sometime? Just how he got into it and what his favorite artists are, etc. Maybe what he's excited about for in the future. Hope all is well, John P. Thanks for the question, John P.
Thank you, John P. I can talk about hip hop, and I could talk about the way I've tried to infuse it into my playing, into Taking Back Sunday. And I did that right from the get-go with Tell All Your Friends and then also Where You Want to Be. The first two records I did it mainly a lot. And I don't know if a lot of people could tell. A few people have been able to tell throughout the years that I've done that. And I always appreciated that because that was a big thing for me. And also a lot of that, the hip-hop style playing and putting on beats that we did came from New York hardcore in the 90s, because a lot of drummers did that with New York hardcore. So I kind of took that idea from that. But growing up, the guys that I mainly listened to were Biggie, right? I loved Clips a lot.
Yes, that was like huge right around Tell All Your Friends. You're listening to that so much, and that was also like our walk-on music, right?
Yes, it was. We
Or, yeah,
when
like,
we
I
would
remember
take
being on
turns
tour
driving
in the van.
the van. Yeah, when we
Yeah.
would take turns driving the van, that was one of my go-tos. I would just always put that album on because I thought the beats on that album were insanely good. Every single one.
Was that Pharrell?
That was Pharrell.
Yeah,
That was Pharrell.
yeah.
And just the way I didn't understand production really at that point on anything with hip hop or with rap. Like I understood that I liked the way certain things sounded, and I couldn't believe the sounds that guy got on that album or how he got them, and I wanted to know very badly. So go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you, but there's so like on that new Run the Jewels record, which is incredible, but there's a song that the guy LP worked with Pharrell on, and also Zach De La Rocha's on it, and it is so amazing. And so you should check it out. If you haven't yet, because you're gonna love it.
Really?
Yeah, it's so good.
But what else? I don't know, Sean. Like, what did we listen to in high school? That
Wu-Tang. Everyone was listening to Wu-Tang. I remember that in Chiga's car a whole lot.
Right. Wu-Tang was actually the first hip hop group that I ever listened to. It was straight rock, punk rock, until I heard 36 Chambers, and then there's something about that album where I was like, wow,
it's so gritty.
Very, very good. It was so good that I could not deny hip hop anymore.
You're all in.
So, yeah, but still to this day, the first go-to with hip hop is Biggie Smalls, hands down. I think the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
I would agree.
There's the record you've been working on. Also, you should talk about that.
The dude's name is his name is what's his name? His name is Q. And everybody in the band is on the album, which I'm super excited for. Capadonna is on the album with a song with John and Adam. Sean plays bass on one of the songs on the album, and Nathan Kogan Post is on one of the songs on the album. And I'm really excited about it. And he's a really talented guy. So I can't wait for that to come out.
Yeah, any of the tracks that I played on, I thought were really, really awesome. And you were doing all those beats, right?
Yeah, with Danny.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about how you started that? Doing beats with Danny Wallace?
It kind of just, talking to the guy, and he was like, hey, check out my beats, and I was like, oh, wow, this guy is very, very good.
And you've been making beats forever, and you got to be an expert at GarageBand. Like, it's crazy how you fiddle around with the phone to come up with so much stuff and all the samples you use.
Yeah, and then using those samples and then going to a studio and then laying down real drums to it. And I think the beats have kind of they're kind of their own thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how you do that.
So I'm excited about it. And I'm really, like the thing is, and Q is really excited about it, that all you guys are on this album. It made it really kind of special for me, especially. So thanks. It's really cool.
So happy to do it.
Yo, I will say though, after I sent you the like the part that I recorded for it, like I didn't treat it at all, so it's just like this raw track. So that way your guy could do whatever, like do his thing to it. And then, but I didn't hear back from you for like 2 weeks, and I was like, oh no, oh God, he hates it. Oh no.
No, we kind of made it sound like real soul. Like we put it like this like soul whatever. I don't know what the filter is.
Soul
but
filter.
It sounds like a 1970s.
You put the Motown filter on it. Yeah.
Dude, whatever the Motown filter is called, it's on there and it sounds so good, man.
There's some nice harmonic distortion that's happening, which is basically we're driving the preamp, and then so when it hits the compressor, you know, it's just getting it just enough.
You got it. I was about to say all that, but I didn't want to confuse anyone.
I miss you guys.
But
yeah, miss you guys.
Same.
What else? How long have we been on here for?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't even know how to check anymore.
I think time is just like this concept now.
It's a man-made construct.
Yeah, dude, like, has it been 20 minutes or has it been 4 days? I don't know. You don't know. Who cares, man? Let's just keep
Doesn't
moving.
even matter.
Should we try another question? Should we do 2 this week, or maybe even 3?
Sure.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Another
definitely.
question. See what
All right,
happens.
we got an email from Finn the artist. I'm sure you guys remember. We discussed this before we started recording. He made an awesome poster that he had us sign. He's been listening to us since he was 4 years old, which is wild because we're old.
Yeah, man.
Well,
being
like,
an
we're
adult.
only like
Crazy.
26, so
We got started young too.
Yeah. So he was, so probably when we, like, if he was 4 when he started listening, we were probably like 12 or 13.
There you go. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. But he said, in terms of questions, if you could pick up a weirder instrument to work into a song, what would that instrument be? And what are some albums we've been finding helpful during isolation?
Ooh. I got for Christmas, I got a harmonium,
Nice.
which is basically like it's kind of like a little squeeze box. Like it's a square, and you pump this thing that kind of looks like a accordion thing, like a bellow, you know? And then you pump that, which then pushes the air through, which then gives this really great sound. And it has keys like a little keyboard, you know?
Nice.
And I'd like to incorporate that.
Did we end up using that on the acoustic live stream, or did we just practice stuff with it and then not end up using it? I don't remember.
We practiced stuff with it and it sounded incredible, but we didn't have a whole lot of time to really hone it in.
Yeah.
So I think it was in the shot, like it was sitting next to you. We just didn't use
it. was there for effect.
But yeah, hopefully we can incorporate that.
And we got nothing but time to figure it out too. So
That is true.
Man, since the beginning of this band, I seriously had wanted to put a French horn in one of our songs because of the Beatles.
yeah, it's one of my favorite sounding horns. Like, it's just so rich.
Yeah, and I don't know how we're gonna be able to do that, or how we're gonna make a song that will make it sound cool and not totally ridiculous. But I think one day we're gonna be able to do that, and I can't wait for that day.
Nice.
I'm gonna go find Chuck Mangione's contact information and send him an email, see what he thinks about that.
Yeah.
I think he'll be like, I'm the guy.
Feels so good.
Yeah, I would like to play a sitar on the album, but I don't want to learn how to play the sitar. I just want to get one in the studio and just figure out something and record it.
Yeah, like
there's gotta be a guy. You know what I mean? There's gotta be like
A sitar
in every
guy?
city, but that's like a professional sitar player that we
Probably, yeah. But
No,
I think
like,
it'd be
I
more
think it
fun to have me play it without knowing how. Just figure out
yeah. Like,
something.
I think that would be the way to go, is to like just have John sit down with it and try to make it sound good, because that would be both fun to watch and then interesting sounding.
Yeah, we'll record the whole process.
Yeah, maybe we could get an electric sitar, put it through some pedals or something, you know?
Really
man,
rock out with it.
Yeah.
I think Dan Electro makes a guitar that's like part of it is a sitar and the other part's like a regular guitar.
They do. Oh, we should get one of those.
We should totally get one of those. I'm gonna go on Reverb once we get done off this call, see how much they are.
Well, maybe this podcast will get us a free sitar guitar from Dan Electro.
Yeah,
Any
what do you think?
representatives are.
Yeah, do you guys think that people are sitting home and thinking, I hope they don't do any of these things?
Absolutely, 100%.
These are the conversations behind closed doors, and by the time we get around to the ideas, we've usually thought better of it. But now you get to hear them in real time as we think.
Yeah.
Dude, well, like
Speaking of the
one time
internet.
we were having like earlier in quarantine, like I got that ukulele, and then we ended up talking about Mark. Mark was like, "Oh man, you should plug that into an amp, get a distortion pedal on there." And then we were talking about how we were gonna make a song of distorted ukulele and how awesome it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh, and then that was we came up with like a side project called Distorted Ukulele.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole band.
Distorted Ukulele, bro.
Yo, it's gonna be
Cool.
sick. They're playing on Thursday. I'm going.
Can't miss the distorted ukulele show.
Distorted Ukulele.
Yeah, it's funny. That's actually something I'm gonna do later too, is because it has a preamp like built into it, and but I still have never plugged it into an amplifier. I'm gonna do that today,
Yeah.
and then
Honestly,
maybe I'll
I would
take a
love to
video of
know
it and
how
send
that
it to you.
sounds. I
Yeah.
bet you can get some cool shit out of that. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
really?
think-
I'm gonna plug it in and send you a video. Let you know how it goes.
You know, when
Awesome.
we can come back and play shows again, we should do a couple really small venues under the name Distorted Ukulele and see who
I'm down.
turns up.
Heard it here first.
I am in 100%.
Sold.
You just tell me where to show up, John. I'm in.
You know, and when people ask us why we did it, we go, "It's hilarious."
Duh. Oh yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah. Like, wait. How about why didn't you think about it first? It's because you're not
Right.
hilarious like we are.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe you should be hilarious like us, and you could be Distorted Ukulele. But guess what? You can't.
Too late.
Hope no one steals the idea now that we put it out there.
It's ours.
Yeah.
Our intellectual
Copyright that
property.
shit.
It's clear.
Who's copyrighted?
We'll sue you, sue everybody. Try and steal that from us.
Thank you, Sean.
I don't know, kazoo or something. Kazoo's really rad.
Kazoo is very rad. Very rad.
Distorted kazoo?
Oh yeah, the Bouncy Souls put it on a song. That was something.
Corey,
Really?
Corey Brandon on his first record has a kazoo solo on one of the songs.
Wow, I got to
Fun
re-listen to that.
instrument.
Are there any records that have been helping you guys through this awful time?
I like that new Fiona Apple album a lot.
I was listening to that right when it came out, and I've gotten away from it. I got to go back.
It's
Yeah,
very
same
good.
here.
It's got also like there's some parts on the songs where she lets things get kind of like I don't know, just does some weird like screeching, and there's like weird
Dissonance.
background noises, and it's kind of like chaotic sounding, which sometimes could be like difficult for me to listen to, but I feel like it's the right amount of craziness for like the way I feel right now. So it's working for me.
Yeah. That's amazing.
It's important. It's
Yeah.
important to cover all your moods.
I've been listening to an Irish group called Lankum lately.
Huh.
Very, very good.
What
Are they
is it like?
pogsy or are they rock or
It's Irish folk.
cool?
Very good
Nice.
stuff.
Traditional.
Could you text that to me once we get off the thing?
Without a doubt, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been listening to well, like I mentioned, like the Run the Jewels. Like I was really late to that party.
Mhm.
But I've been listening to that a lot, and then I went back and I was like to their catalog, and it's like these guys are crazy, man. They're so good. And
Yeah.
but you know what I also got was my buddy John Hurley. He found a copy of Wildflowers on vinyl.
Nice.
Tom Petty. And then, but the thing is I think it's some weird kind of bootleg. Like, it's definitely not licensed by the family, but it's just having it on vinyl is so nice. And so I've been listening to that a whole lot. Also.
It's a great sounding record.
Yeah, great record.
Is there
What about
anything
you,
on
Sean?
it that's not on the original since it's a bootleg?
No,
like
but like,
or anything?
no, like just with the artwork, like it's a little bit grainy. And then like on like the track listing on the back, like they don't, like You Wreck Me, like isn't listed on there, but it's still on the record. And then, so there's just little things you can tell that it's not, like it wasn't a sanctioned release, but so, but it makes me excited because I think later in the year, they're releasing like re-releasing Wildflowers, like officially.
On vinyl.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was asking Tony Burke about it, and he told me I couldn't talk about it.
Uh-oh. He's been watching too, man. You're gonna get in trouble.
Oh no, Tony!
You know,
forget I said
think
anything.
about it. Like, what the year that album came out, vinyl was probably dead.
Yeah, well, like that, dude. Like, if you go on like for like an original pressing of one, like you go on like eBay, and they're like $200 to $600.
Jesus.
Wow.
And it's not even like because vinyl was doing so bad at that time, it's like the cheap, like real flimsy, like it just, like the only reason to have it would be so you could say you had it. Like it wouldn't sound great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Wow.
What about you, Sean?
When things seem a little overwhelming and hopeless, I like putting on Boys and Girls by Alabama Shakes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hold On comes on. I'm like, I'm going to keep holding on. I'm going to go, okay.
Hold on.
That's a good song.
Yeah,
That's a good song.
Kicks off the record, and it's a great sounding album too. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's been like my go-to when I get overwhelmed for years now, but particularly now because things are a little overwhelming.
I like think there was a B-side from that record, and there's this one verse on it. This song is so good, and I can't remember the name of it, but the words go, "Wanna take you out, buy you new appliances, wanna take you out." I was like, oh my god, that is the best shit I've heard in a long time.
Appliances aren't cheap, man. That's love.
No, dude. Imagine that, like somebody takes you out and gets you like a new refrigerator and microwave and stove. That would be incredible.
I'm hitching my wagon to that ride, man.
Yeah, dude. No one's ever got me a refrigerator.
Yo, no one's ever gonna buy you a refrigerator. No one's gonna ever buy any of us a refrigerator.
No, dude. Hey, Mark, you don't take that away from me, Mark. You don't take
that
away.
I'm taking it away. I'm gonna take away that dream. Sorry, no one's gonna buy you that.
Yeah, that's a
Somebody's
song
gonna
title.
get me new appliances one day, and it's gonna be beautiful. And then I'll be like, man, this is that crazy kind of love that Paul Simon was talking about.
Oh, it would be great if someone saw this and they're like, you know what? I'll get him a refrigerator.
What just shows up?
I'm gonna prove Mark wrong. What's your
Better Homes and Science? Yeah, that song's so great.
Oh yeah. All right, shall we end it here, guys? Is this a good spot?
Yeah,
I think so. Well, thank you all for tuning in and watching. We'll have the link to Mark and Adam's interview with Eric Valentine below in the comments. Keep sending your questions in to takingbacksundaypod@gmail.com. We've got a lot of questions. We're trying to get through them and stuff, but if you haven't heard yours answered, maybe we'll get to it next week. But we should be back here next Tuesday. What do you think? Good?
Why not?
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Well, the thing is I'm like really busy because I have so much going on. But I'll try to fit it into my schedule. So maybe I'll see you guys next week. Maybe I won't. Who knows?
All right. Fair enough.
If we can fit it in between making snacks for the kids.
Oh, the snacks. Yeah. Man, yeah, that's pretty much what I do now. I used to be a musician in a rock band, and now I'm just a snack go-getter.
Yep. Same.
But I make a mean grilled cheese, son.
Hell yeah. That's what it's all about.
All right, guys.
Cool.
All right.
Miss you guys.
Miss
you.
you too.
Love
Good
you.
talking to you.
Bye.
Bye.
Till next
Bye.
week. Adios.
Adios.